you got me feeling bad for you, and you the one who hurt me. He ain't gonna call nobody. He ain't gonna do nothing, y'all. Braden is so freaking cold, and your girl Jax is gonna end up breaking up with her side boo, y'all. I don't know where they do that at, but... So anyway, y'all, at this point, your girl Jax is going to have to turn it on like it's a light switch, y'all. And Braden, looks like you about to go to another court, divorce court. So anyway, what's up, y'all? What is up? It's your girl, EJ, and welcome back to the recap, y'all. Now, today, we are going to be talking about Reasonable Doubt. This is the finale. Let's get into it. Okay, y'all. So when this last episode left off, your girl Jax had figured out who killed Kalisha Moore, y'all. And look... I ain't even gonna lie, I didn't really see it coming. I guess I should have saw this coming. I mean, they pulled that old switcheroo on us where we think that the person that initially has got is not the person, and turns out that it really is the person. So you already know how this went down, guys. So they do a flashback to 6 months earlier, and they tell us exactly what happened. Turns out your boy Braden went over to Kalisha Moore's house. He went over there to get that NDA signed. He ended up getting let into the door, and he's talking to her, trying to give her all this smooth talk and all this stuff. And then he's going to find out that, he thought that he got consent, but he didn't get consent from her. What he thought happened and what she thought happened were two totally different things. Your girl Kalisha says, hey, I just want to move on. I'll go ahead and sign your doggone NDA. So anyway, your girl Kalisha's just like, I don't want the last time to be like what it was. So these two have consensual sex this time. And when it's all said and done, your boy Braden leaves. Now, as he's leaving and he's in the car, your boy Theo is going to stop by. Now, mind you, this entire time, there's been this wine glass that's there that Kalisha has been drinking out of. And your boy Theo is just going to bust up in there. And then, of course, he's going to pick up the glass and says that it smells like something and sex or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out why you even touching my glass in the beginning. Because first and foremost, I'm drinking out of this glass. So anyway, they have their little words. Kalisha's like, look, I already signed the NDA. And she lets him know that she knows about what he's done, and he's trying to say that she's the one who's done it, but she has the proof that Theo is the one who has been, embezzling the money. So Theo's going to go ahead and leave. And meanwhile, while this is happening, your boy Braden is opening up that envelope. And when he opens it up, your girl Kalisha has wrote F you on the NDA. So anyway, y'all, your boy Braden is livid, and he's going to go up to Kalisha's place again, and he's going to be like, look, you're not going to take my company away from me. And you can tell that Kalisha is extremely hurt. She is a hurt, scorned woman, and she is not about to let this go. And your boy Braden is just like not going to let it go either. He doesn't want to lose everything that he has worked so hard for, and he just loses it, and in this moment you're just like, really, Braden? Really, you was putting up this good game, but we should have known this from when he was faking inside of the office, when he was saying that he could get on the stand, and when he decided to do this little acting routine. So turns out your boy Braden grabbed that glass after he came in. He pushed Kalisha down on the floor, and she threw the glass at him, and that's when the glass broke. I can't say grab the glass. I don't know. That's like a bunch of G's. Anyway, he's going to grab the glass and he's going to right in the throat, and he's going to leave your girl just sitting there bleeding out. He ain't going to call nobody. He ain't going to do nothing, y'all. Braden is so freaking cold-hearted. I mean, Braden is full of crap. So anyway, y'all, that's what happened 6 months earlier. So now let's go ahead and fast forward back to the present time. Y'all, Jax is going to head over to the funeral because they are going to be burying the stepfather, Paul. And she's going to end up apologizing to Chanel. And Chanel is just going to tell her, like, look, the reason why you hadn't said anything to Louis was because, basically he was still alive, and because you didn't want your mom not to be able to see the kids. She's like, he's gone now. So, basically it's time for you to say something to Louis. And so, I think that Chanel is right. So anyway, y'all, in my opinion, I think it's time for Jax to go ahead and let Louis in, and maybe this could possibly help them to try to move forward if he knows about this trauma that she's been living with this entire time. So anyway, y'all, Jax and Damon are going to end up having a conversation, and your girl Jax is going to end up breaking up with her side boo, y'all. I don't know where they do that at, but your girl Jax does it, and Damon seems to take it very well. You know, he gets up, kisses her on the forehead, and then he walks away. Your girl Jax is going to end up in court, and her and Braden are going to be sitting there, and Braden is going to try to, say, like he's sorry for her loss and all that, and he's going to try to grab her hand, and Jax is going to pull her hand back, and she's going to be like, look, you didn't have to lie to kick it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have told me what you did. And Braden looks kind of shocked to realize that Jax actually knows that he's the one who killed Kalisha. At this point, your boy Rich is going to walk up. So anyway, y'all, at this point, your girl Jax is going to have to turn it on like it's a light switch, y'all. And this is why she is the best at what she does, because she's able to push that to the side, knowing that Braden is guilty, and give him the defense that she agreed to give him. And she's going to go in there and give her closing statement like it ain't nothing, y'all. Now, does she feel bad about it? Absolutely. You can tell. She never wanted to represent someone who was actually guilty. She would have liked to have that choice. Not that she has a problem with representing guilty people, but but when it's all said and done, she wants to know that they are guilty, and he didn't give her that privilege. He lied to her, and she wouldn't have ever represented him in the first place had she have known this. So meanwhile, your girl Fallon is going to confront Jax, and it is what it is at this point. I forgot exactly what Fallon says to her, but we all knew that Fallon was going to go and say something to her at some point. So meanwhile, your boy Damon is going to make it back to the shop, and he's going to let his brother know, hey, Jax broke up with me. And he's just going to say, look, I can't do the illegal stuff anymore. And I'm just like, bro, why was you even doing the illegal stuff in the beginning? He's going to say that he was doing this because of Jax. He was doing this for Jax. But I'm just like, dude, you was not doing this for Jax. You was doing this for yourself. But anyway, he's going to say he can't do it anymore. And his brother is not going to take this very well. And the fact that he said that he was doing it for Jax just doesn't sit well with his brother. And his brother is like, look, you're fired. So turns out his brother is actually the owner of the shop. It's not in both of their names. The father only left it to him. So he really has no say so in it. And his brother is like, look, get your stuff and go. You need me, basically. I don't need you. I'm all you have. And I really think it was pretty crappy of his brother to let him go like that. Look, first of all, he already knows that his brother is just fresh out of jail. Why would you even want to have him doing anything illegal anyway? This man has already lost all these years of his life. Now, granted, Damon is pretty psycho, y'all. Damon is definitely, a little cray-cray. But at the same time, I'm just saying, like, this is your brother. Like, you didn't have to do him like that. So anyway, y'all, I feel like in this moment is when your boy Damon is kind of gonna flip. I think this is when he kind of just, when everything is just over for him. Like, basically, Jax just broke up with him, and now it's pretty much like his brother just broke up with him as well. So meanwhile, y'all, your girl Jax is going to end up calling her husband Lewis, and she's going to be like, look, there's something that we need to talk about, something that we need to discuss. So I guess she's finally ready to tell him, about the whole Paul situation. Now, as she's getting ready to leave, Braden is just going to pop up out of nowhere as if lurking in the parking lot is just not creepy at all, but he's there, and he's going to ask her, like, look, how did you know? How did you figure it out? And she's just going to say, look, I know somebody like you. At the end of the day, your girl Jax is sharp, and she figured out his game. And so he low-key, well, not even low-key, he definitely threatens her. Then he goes back and he tells her that same story about the guy who robbed him. Now, remember when they were at the basketball court and he's telling her about the guy who robbed him, and he made it seem like, like he was this saint, and like how he had walked away from this, and how he doesn't believe all that crap that he put on. Turns out, most of the story was definitely true, but the part that wasn't true is that the guy did die, but he died from Braden's hand. So this isn't Braden's first body. Like, Braden has, multiple bodies at this point, and we don't know if he has any more, but for sure we know that he has 2 bodies on him, and Braden just isn't willing to lose something that he had. So anyway, y'all, we learned in that moment that your boy Braden, not only is he a cheating coward, he is also a narcissist and a sociopath. So anyway, y'all, your girl Jax is headed home and she's going to be having these flashbacks of kind of everything that's been going on. You know, flashbacks of the Damon situation. And then she also flashes back to Lewis. And every time she thinks about Lewis, it's more of a positive thing. It's more of a, a comforting thing. It's more of a thing that kind of puts a smile on her face. And that's why I've been saying time and time and time again, I feel like this couple needs to be together. I feel like they belong together. I feel like they're good together. They just got to find their way back to each other and they got to figure out how to work this thing out, go to some counseling, do something. They literally just have to figure it out. But I feel like, that they truly are made for each other. So anyway, y'all, your girl Jax is going to end up in a car accident and all we're going to see is somebody kidnapping her. Now, this is going to bring us back to the very beginning, episode 1, where we saw that Jax was being held hostage and that she was pleading for her life. So anyway, y'all, your boy Lewis has made it back to the house and the babysitter is there and, she has been waiting on Jax, but Jax hasn't showed up. So your boy Lewis knows that something is definitely off because he's been trying to call and he hasn't been able to get an answer and this is not really typical of her. So he does the car locator and finds where the car is. So he goes to the car and he sees that the car has been completely wrecked and that there's no sign of Jax. Her phone is there as well as her purse. So of course he's going to get worried. He starts to, he's going to call Daniel and he's going to tell Daniel about it. And of course, Daniel is going to go and reach out to his police officer friend. And he's going to see if he can enlist her help. Meanwhile, Lewis is also going to go to talk to Chanel and he's going to ask her, who is this guy that she was seeing? And, of course, Chanel doesn't really want to say anything at first because she's trying not to be in the middle of it. And then JT is just like, look, this is my friend and this ain't the time for all of that. So, of course, she's going to tell, Lewis who it is. And then that's when he's going to learn about Damon. And then he's going to go pay your boy Damon a visit. Now, when he pays Damon a visit, he says, I'm Lewis, the husband, and he's just going to be like, congratulations. And then he, makes the statement about how he doesn't mess with married women and all of this. And, Lewis just leaves his number there like, look, if you hear from her, let me know because her family is worried about her. And so Lewis is going to go ahead and leave, but your boy Damon doesn't leave. And then that's when we're going to see that Jax is going to wake up, and guess who has her hostage? None other than your boy Damon. I mean, of course, Damon has flipped. Damon has literally had a break. Like, Damon is gone, y'all. Like, all those years institutionalized. Now he comes out and the one thing that, this hope that he held on to, this one thing that he held on for all of these years is no longer a thing for him anymore. It's something that he can no longer have. So what was the point of confessing to a crime that you didn't even commit just to get out so that you could be with this woman that you clearly have been obsessed with, only to find out that she's married, she has children, and that, she doesn't want to be with you? He feels like she played him, And at the end of the day, I'm just like, Damon, like, seriously, she told you that she wanted to keep it casual. She told you that she didn't want more, but you kept pushing, trying to get her to want more than what she was willing to give. Like, sometimes it's just crazy how you're telling a person something, but they don't want to listen to what you're saying, because she literally said this to him, like, several times, and yet he still kept trying to push her into this situationship. So anyway, y'all, your girl Jax is going to try to plead with him like, look, I care about you, but I couldn't, leave my husband over a potential, and if we're just keeping it real, your girl Jax never really toyed with Damon. She never really gave him a false expectation. She told him what it was, like what they were doing was what they were doing, and that's all it was. So anyway, y'all, your boy Damon is going to tell her like, hey, you got me feeling bad for you and you the one who hurt me. And I'm just like, well, she is a lawyer, bro. I mean, she pretty good at this. So anyway, y'all, your boy Lewis is just like, something isn't right. He believes Damon is lying. Damon hasn't come out. So he's going to call Daniel and he's going to tell him just that, like, can you get somebody to come over here? So he's going to get Cynthia, to get over to the shop. So meanwhile, while they're on their way to the shop, Damon and Jax are still talking. And at this point, your boy, Damon has the gun to her chest, and he says, I can't believe that you think I would hurt you. And I'm just like, bruh, all you have done is hurt her. Like, you literally wrecked her car. You kidnapped her. You have her tied up and bound. You are scaring her. Like, you're hurting her every minute that you're doing this. So I don't even understand. You're contradicting yourself right now. Anyway, y'all, he points the gun at his head, and then he says something about potential. Basically what Jax had said to him. I can't remember the exact wording. But he shoots himself, and boom, Damon is gone. And I'm just like, okay, so now what next? Like, what are we going to do on the next season? Damon is gone. But anyway, I kind of like this concept of going ahead and getting rid of whatever we had going on in the first season so that we can move to something else in the next season. So I believe I like the way that they're working this series out so far. So anyway, y'all, they're going to get Jax, and Lewis is going to be outside waiting for Jax. They're going to embrace. He's going to take her home. She's going to shower, get the blood off of her, and then she's going to have that conversation with Lewis and let him know what happened with Paul. Now, initially, Lewis is going to be a little bit upset, but then he's going to take a few steps back, and, he's going to apologize for how he reacted. And then he's going to agree to go to counseling. He wants to try to work it out as well, but he just doesn't know exactly, where they are right now. So I think it's kind of cool that these two guys are going to try to work it out. So Lewis is going to stay the night to stay there with Jax. So anyway, y'all, the jury is back, and your boy Braden's fate has been determined. Turns out the jury doesn't believe that Braden killed Kalisha, so Braden is a free man. Now, meanwhile, your boy Braden is already planning what he's going to do as soon as he walked out that doggone courtroom. He tells Sarah that he's going to be the man, the father, the husband, all of that she deserves, that the kids deserve. But we all know that Braden is just gassing her up, and she doesn't believe it either. She just tells him that he's going to need to go to Bora Bora by his doggone self, and that she's going to be divorcing him, taking half of everything he has, as well as taking the kids. So, there's that. So Braden, looks like you're about to go to another court, divorce court. So Braden is going to go to his office, and he's just going to start things as normal. He's going to hold his board meeting. Your boy Theo is not there, of course, because they're not on speaking terms because of all the stuff that went down with Theo. So there's that. So meanwhile, your girl Crystal just can't let it go. So she sends over a courier with all of that information in it to Fallon that has everything about Cloud, all of the information that Kalisha was going to tell. Now your girl Fallon is going to go ahead and put it out there into the world. So now your boy Braden is going to get visited by the man. I mean, the man that you never want to see. The SEC and all them people, like those some people you don't want to mess with. So they're going to come and they're going to start an investigation into his company. And turns out if he's found guilty, then he's going to stand to get like 14 or 15 years. I mean, pretty much the same amount of time that he would have got for killing Kalisha. So feels like justice to me. So anyway, y'all, lastly, we are going to see your girl Jax. She's going to be doing her thing like she always does, and that's running. And she's going to get a call from your girl Chanel. And when she gets that call from Chanel, we are going to see your boy JT in the background laying on the ground, y'all, with all this blood on him. And Chanel has this bruise on her face. And I'm like, oh, really? So it looks like they are gearing up for next season to start with a bang, because your girl Jax looks like she's gonna have to defend her best friend. And whoo, I can't wait to see this next season, y'all. Like, I am excited to see what's about to happen with this and all the little other storylines that's going to be going on, like as far as how Jax and Lewis are going to be trying to rekindle their relationship and just kind of seeing where that's going to go. Like, I'm just really, really excited about this particular TV show. So let me know what y'all thought about the show. Let me know what y'all thought about the season as a whole, like about the entire show. Did you like the way that they're doing this as far as closing out a full season, like not really having a lot going into the next season, like a lot of things overlapping, but really bringing some closure to it and then starting something up for the next season? I think that's a really dope concept. I personally like that concept. So anyway, y'all, go ahead and get the conversation started down below. Until next time, guys. Peace.